What's going on, guys? So today on this SHOKY review, we're going to take a look at more Marvel Legends figures in the Hulkbuster wave. And last time we looked at Thundra. This is the girl that goes with her, and it is Valkyrie. And just right here, of course, you see her in the plastic prison along with her body friend. I don't even know what to call that. Basically, this thing is all the weight in the box, just like all the other ones have been. These huge Build-A-Figures are crazy. And there's my light. I picked this one up at a Walgreens. Knew roundabout where there would be some, so I got lucky, found this girl. And out of the two they had, I picked the one that had the straighter sword. It is what it is. You got the Marvel Legends Infinite series there. You got a picture of Thundra on this side. You got a picture of Valkyrie on that side. And come to the back, you can't read anything because the camera's too low. So you got Fearless Defenders in multiple languages. With the unbreakable Dragon Fang sword and heavy steel chains, these heroines bring evil to its knees. So we've already looked at her. She's pretty neat. Now we can look at this girl. And of course, this is different from the modern Valkyrie, or at least the ones from the movies. And you come down here, you got the collect them all in this wave. Hulkbuster completes. We got Iron Man, we've got her, and I have this guy coming up as well. So that just leaves these three to find. So hopefully I can do that pretty quickly and get this done and done. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get her out and see how neat she actually is. Alright guys, so here's Valkyrie out here and looking very Swedish. Look at that. Norse. Very Norse. Everything going on with this girl. Looks really good. Paint's actually pretty decent on her. Sculpt is actually very, very nice. She's definitely sassy. And with those braids, she's looking pretty wicked. Though the dumb thing is they do kind of move with the head. So they're a little bit soft, so maybe you can get some pliable stuff going with that. The sword does still have a little bit of a bend to it. Nothing some hot water probably can't fix. But I'm digging her. Actually, I like the figure. I don't know anything about Valkyrie other than the Valkyries were warriors from Asgard. And of course, the definition of her from the movies. Know nothing about this version of her other than what she obviously is. It looks like pretty much like a female Thor. Let's just be honest here. Not to be confused with the actual, almighty Thor. It's female. But looks pretty good. Sword molded in this kind of not so great gold plastic. Blade is painted silver. Got a little bit thin up here at the point, but got the nice little dragon head right there, or phoenix head, whatever it technically is. It's the dragon fang. The dragon fang sword. It actually looks pretty good. Decent length. She doesn't have like a sheath or anything, so she's just meant to hold it and swing it about. The head sculpt is very nice. A little scratchy kind of right up here by the forehead. I like how the hair comes down over her eye, but you can still see she got some nice blue eyes there. Lipstick. Sculpt is actually pretty clean. Eyes are actually on point. No pun intended there. So it looks pretty good. Painted neck armor right here. The body is molded in plastic, and then the chest armor, for lack of a better term, painted silver there. She's very almost Madonna-like. The belt is actually sculpted onto the body, which is actually pretty cool. I like that she got the studs there, painted silver. The buckle is on there, nice and molded. Looks pretty good. Decently sculpted backside. Not to go there, but it's true. She's got some black painted armbands there, and you got the painted on or tamper-graphed on gauntlets. Looks pretty good. Down the legs, there's nothing going on at all. She's just black from the waist down. That sounded so weird, although it's entirely true. So she looks pretty good. I actually like the figure. And articulation-wise, head is on a ball joint. She can move her head around, unlike her friend, who had her hair all up in the way. So she can look down about that far. She can look forward. That's about it. No, barely tilt on the head. Neck is a little bit awkward, but it works. The upper torso rotates right there, right above the abs. She can do an ab crunch. So there must be some kind of pivot joint in there, not just a double ball joint. Shoulders, same kind of stuff we're used to seeing. Disc hinge up in there. You gotta be super careful. It is a tight fit, and the peg right here for the bicep is probably pretty weak, so I gotta be careful to grab here when trying to move the arms. The plastic doesn't really match between here and here, so it's about as good as it's gonna get. She's very much like a female Power Ranger, if I'm honest, in the way she's articulated. Single jointed elbow. Gotta watch that peg, but it also only seems to have one click in there as well, so it's not going to bend. The wrist has the same wrist hinge there, and just pins inside there. Pretty good, not going to lie. Nothing here at the hips at all, or rather the waist. She's just molded in like that. And this is the same kind of peg going into the body instead of a T-mounted. So they go outward to make the splits, about as good as it's going to get. You get thigh rotation there. It can rotate up here. So if you wanted to kick forward, you can do that. You just got to make that look really funky. So is what it is. I don't know why they would make figures in a way you can't kick. Knee looks twisted, but it's just the sculpt. You got double jointed knee. Dead you can. There we go. Get her leg way back. And ankles have disc hinge like usual. And twisty joint in the foot. So she can get into some decent poses. That sword is really annoying me. In the way it's bent. It's just how they stored it. So she can have at the... Hey! Speaking of that... that didn't make sense. There was no speaking of that. Okay, come on. Down you go. Fix your foot, woman. End up snapping a knee off trying to get the arm in place. But let's bring out her buddy, Thundra. Which, these are some tall girls, let's just be honest. So they got some Valkyrie. And they got some Asgardian magic happening there in their size. Because we can bring out Iron Man, which I don't believe is technically in the same scale. Being that he's from, real world Iron Man. Sorry, I'm trying to fix his hip real quick. It's all wonky. Bring in Iron Man from the same wave. And he is tiny. Like, in every way, shape, and form. He is tiny. He looks up at these women like, hey, what's up, ladies? And... I already put away my Power Rangers figures, so that's that. But another thing to compare to would definitely be the arm that she comes with. The huge Hulkbuster arm. It is the right arm of Doom, and it does move up and down. You do get the shoulder peg that totally moves, like so. You get the bicep rotation there. Decent gold paint right there. Everything else is sculpted. Got a little bit of silver paint there, gunmetal-ish silver. Plastic there, very, very big hand. Could use a wash or 2 or 3 or 7, but that's about it. And then scooch these girls back for a second. Stay. You can see how Wally scales to them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Valkyrie review with the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure, which is really the only reason I'm getting these. Although I'm not upset with these. These look really good. Actually, I didn't talk about it much, but the hair has some nice shading and wash to it, so it doesn't look just like lifeless hair. It actually looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Might be a little much. Maybe a flat coat might help a little on that, but I like it. I think it's a good figure for the price. And the fact that it comes with such a gigantic Build-A-Figure part is also just totally ridiculous in and of itself. Guys, if you like this girl, you like this review, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down there. And go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I try to do fun, nerdy things fairly often, every other day, without my Gundam reviews. We can just do other stuff. And these are figures. Keep things a little different, and I'm okay with it. And I'm trying to get used to posing them. Some of them are just a lot less posable than others. But guys, if you want to help out on the Patreon and help support the channel monetarily, you can totally do that for as little as $5 a month and help keep the channel moving forward, and maybe in some cases even try to influence the things that I review. And if you want to get a SHOKY shirt, you can totally do that. Here's some of them here on the screen, but everything's in the description down below if you're looking to actually do any of these things. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on nerding.